It is time now for the PHL 11 a.m. news report on this Wednesday morning and going to Wednesday afternoon, December 2nd, 2015. Good morning and afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. I hear 11 a.m. news at 9. There and on our top story at 11 a.m. on this Wednesday morning. Here is a new national poll at today shows 2016 presidential candidate Ben Carson fallen from the top of the race in the Republican nomination amidst voters' depth about his experience and the strength of his leadership. The University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill issued an all-clear and lifted a shelter-in-place warning officials had issued on Wednesday morning. Moscow, sharply raising the stakes in Moscow's Bedford and Coward. Russia's top military brass on Wednesday accepted and accused Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and his family of personally profiting from oil trade with Islamic State militants. Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, Dr. Priscilla Chen, used that deeply personal moment in the birth of their daughter to announce the planned graduate giveaway 99% of the Facebook shares to a new initiative that will tackle lofty goals. After the November 13th attacks in Paris, France asked its allies to bump up the military offensive against ISIS. Now, Britain and Germany will decide whether they will. That man, Donald Trump, who says he's given more to Americans with disabilities than anyone ever else, has faced a slew of lawsuits over ADA compliance. You know, as formerly invited Monday Garrett to join an alliance that moved that spurred threats from Russian officials at the loggerheads with NATO over everything from Ukraine and Syria to Turkey is down in a Russian warplane. Istanbul, a judge asked 5 experts to determine whether compared Turkey's president to Lord of the Rings character Gollum should be considered an insult. Brussels, the Iraqi government is fully briefed on U.S. plans to deploy American Special Forces to Iraq, and 2 governments will consult closely on where they will go and in what way to do. Yangon Myanmar, she is a former political prisoner who party triumphed in elections of last month. He's the commander-in-chief of the military jailed over the weeks, better part of 2 decades, as Aung San Suu Kyi and Myanmar General Lee has taken steps toward sharing power. 1 in 8 people were dead in the floods in India's Tamil Nadu state since last month. In Seoul, U.S. analysts said North Korea is a long way from a successful underwater launch of a ballistic missile, and a 3,000-ton submarine is needed. In Baltimore, a jury is expected to be chosen Wednesday night trial. A Baltimore Police Department officer charged in the death of Freddie Gray. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel, one of the nation's most high-profile males, delayed the city leader to grapple with racial unrest in the city ignited by fatal police brutality against unarmed black citizens. In the days after terrorists killed 1 to 3 people, including the attacks in Paris, lawmakers of Washington arrested to try to suspend the nation's Syrian refugee program. Washington, Black Friday broken FBI record for the number of firearms background checks. The agency said on Tuesday they processed 185,345 background checks, roughly 2 per second, on the same day that 3 people were killed and 9 were wounded. In Waterloo, Iowa, presidential candidate Jeb Bush hints that his vice presidential pick would be a woman. In Des Moines, Iowa Senator Mark Chelgren is coming under fire from both sides of the aisle for saving who is illegally entering the U.S. should be executed. Washington, U.S. private employers boosted hiring in November, signaling a job growth that is likely strong enough to support the first Federal Reserve interest rate hike in nearly a decade when policymakers meet later this month. Big change in the store for media company Yahoo, while cloud search company Box prepares quarterly earnings after the bell on Wednesday. Washington, U.S. non-farm productivity grew at a faster pace than previously thought in the third quarter, but the underlying trend remains very weak. However, it says most OPEC support cuts except Gulf Arab nations. Right, looking at the stock market report, down 87 points at the down to 17,887.48. SP 500 down 4.65 points at 2,097.98, and Nasdaq up now 42 points at 5,165.72. In local news, plans to demolish Outerburst Rank building almost crashes, but last-minute deal was worked out. In Foxborough, Selectmen and Kraft Group reached temporary agreement over loss of down revenue from changes at Gillette Stadium. Norfolk, Massachusetts voters say yes to a new $12.2 million police station and public safety complex. In Norton, Massachusetts, consultant says plans to screen proposed Wheaton College solar farm will work, but residents of the Clapp Street continue to be fuming over the decision. In prehistoric Scotland, real-life Nessies hung out at the beach as a huge cluster of footprints revealed an old sauropod in the Isle of Skye. Studies have suggested that the peach originated in China, and latest discovery supports this claim. Beijing, the Chinese scientists behind the world's biggest clone factory, has technology events enough to replicate humanity, told AFP, and is only holding off fear for the public reaction. The human gene editing initiative has convened scientists from the 20 countries away in the potential benefits and risk of editing genes. Former Cincinnati Bengals defensive tackle Devin Steele announced that his daughter Leah is cancer-free. Still posted on Instagram the day before Thanksgiving announced that the latest follow-up medical test revealed his daughter showed no evidence of cancer. No benefit for T1D teens with metformin plus insulin. It has been 35 years since the world was introduced to the term AIDS in the 1980s. Researchers and physicians were trying to understand what was causing the waves of strange infection and discovered it was a new virus called the human immune virus, or HIV. Meanwhile, Prudential Financial Incorporated, one of the nation's largest life insurance plans, announced this week that it will be offering traditional and individual policies to eligible people living with HIV, a condition that for decades has included most of them for many. Peter Chill News Time, 11:05. Time for sports report tonight. The Boston Bruins will be up in Edmonton, taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Game time, 9:30 p.m. Here, Roy McCallum, police call for that. Tiger Woods does a better thing about the 14-time major winner admitted he does not know when he will play again. If you are looking for a reason why the Boston Red Sox needed today for press, you'll find them here as the Boston Red Sox had a rotation when there was complication of B-sides and tried to pass them off as a hot new album last year. The Seattle Mariners have reached an agreement with free agent outfielder Nori Ilkin on a one-year deal, according to multiple reports. Peter Channel News Time, 11:06 on this Wednesday morning. We're going to the Wednesday afternoon time out for Trevor Report here on this Wednesday morning, going to Wednesday afternoon. Looking at the Providence area commute, and it is looking good on highways and byways over down here. Highways in Worcester area are looking good here. 291 on the westbound side. It is slow from the Mass Pike all the way out to Cottage Street in Springfield, so expect a few delays here. And out in Greater Boston here, 129 on the southbound side. It is so from Route 16 in Wellesley all the way out to Great Plains Avenue in Needham here. Southface Expressway on the northbound side. It is so from Route 203 and Route 3 in Quincy all the way at the Mass Ave. Southface Expressway on the southbound side is so from the Mass Ave all the way at the Dorchester here. 93 to the southbound side, also from Somerville all the way at the South Station in Boston here. Mass back at the eastbound side, also for the Brighton and Austin tolls there. We got an accident on 120 to the southbound side after Route 9 in Wellesley, so expect some delays here. On the way up to the 128 southbound from one Mass back, get an accident, so expect a few delays here. Route 2 in the eastbound side, also around Route 120 in Lexington here. Route 1 in the southbound side, also from Chelsea all the way up to Charlestown here. 293 on the westbound side, also after you have a trip back to Manchester here. But otherwise, a smooth sailing coming on this Wednesday morning to go to Wednesday afternoon, highways and byways in New England here. And look at MBTA alerts here at 11:07 here. Thursday are looking good. Green line and Spitz minor eastbound delays to the signal department at Copley. And on the conveyor rail, looking good. Peter Chill News Time, 11:08 on this Wednesday morning here. It's time for weather report here, and radar shows raining for much of Massachusetts, Rhode Island, all of Connecticut, except for Fairfield County, which is clearing up along with Islip and New York City here. And it's also raining along I-87 for Albany and up in Queensbury, and also raining in Vermont, Southern New Hampshire, and up in the Southern Maine here. And day 1 today, tonight, there will be low probability that dense fog may develop this morning. And day 2 for 7, Thursday to Tuesday, a wind advisory may be needed on Thursday with the highest confidence across the higher terrain. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. For today, showers, areas of fog, high to 49 degrees, light south wind, chest ratio 100%, new precipitation amounts less than 7 inches possible. For tonight, showers mainly before 3 a.m., areas of fog before 1 a.m., low around 47 degrees, light and not variable wind becoming south around 6 miles in the evening, and chest ratio is 100%, new precipitation amounts less than 7 inches possible. For Thursday, says guys, how about 50s in the Thursday morning, but it's going to fall to 42 by 5 p.m., so west wind about 6 to 60 miles, gust yes, 39 miles an hour here. For Thursday night, forecast going about 34 degrees, west wind about 8 to 13 miles an hour, gust yes, 39 miles an hour here. For Friday, says guys, about 46 degrees, at northwest about 5 to 7 miles an hour, becoming in southwest in the afternoon. Friday night, both coasts got about 30 degrees. Saturday, both coasts got about 48 to about 30 degrees. For Sunday, podcast got about 54 to about 32 degrees. Monday, both sides got about 49 degrees. Monday night, podcast got about 31 degrees. And for Tuesday, both sides got about 47 degrees. Currently here in Norton here, 45 degrees with moderate rain and humidity 93%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 11 a.m. news report on this December 2nd, 2015 on a Wednesday morning. Viewers here with a good afternoon and good positive to you at 5 o'clock for a 5 o'clock report. Have a good afternoon here.